Hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield. I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. So I want to start by just telling you one word, and I wonder what comes to mind for you when I say that word. The word is this: mercy. Mercy. All right? Now, I don't know what came to mind for you, but I know when I hear the word mercy, I think of myself as a kid, and I think of kind of being amongst adults in conversations. Maybe people in my extended family, and they'd be having conversations about maybe somebody going through. All of a sudden, somebody would bring some really bad news to the conversation, right? That so and so, this happened to so and somebody else in the conversation would go, "Oh, Lord, have mercy," right? Have you ever been in a conversation like that? Or, or there's sometimes the other type of conversation, right, where somebody's just being silly and funny and doing something ridiculous, and somebody else in the room goes, "Oh, Lord, have mercy," right? It can be applied in many different ways. The way I think of it most often is, as a kid, I remember playing a game called Mercy. I remember with my buddies, we would play Mercy together, and what that meant is we'd hold each other's hands like this, and then the goal was to bend the other's hand back as far as you possibly could, and use all the strength you possibly had in your body. And the first person to cry mercy would be the loser. And I think that, even though it's I think back to that, what a silly game that is, and painful. As I think back to that, what actually a great illustration for what mercy is. Okay, and I start there today because we're going to be in Psalm 123. It's another song of ascent, another psalm of ascent, and here in this very short psalm, the psalmist is crying out to God for mercy. And again, I think it's so important to drill down on this word because it's one of those church words. It's one of those words that maybe we've heard a million times growing up, or we hear it, like I mentioned before, in conversations in our culture. And so it's applied in different situations and contexts. So what does mercy actually mean? And with its true meaning, how is it appropriately applied, specifically in prayer? So here we go. Psalm 123, let's hear from the psalmist himself. It says, "I lift up my eyes to you whose throne is in heaven. As the eyes of slaves look to the hand of their masters, the eyes of a maid look to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God, till he shows us his mercy." Have mercy on us, O Lord. Have mercy on us. For we have endured much contempt. We have endured much ridicule from the proud, much contempt from the arrogant. And so, just using the words of the psalmist, we could probably get a pretty clear picture of what exactly mercy is. And a lot of times when we think of mercy, we often pair it with grace, and that's not a bad thing to pair it with. Though it's important for us to understand that mercy and grace are actually two different things. They are. When we think of grace, we need to think of grace as God's undeserved gift to us. We think of his provision of Jesus Christ, a gift to us to die in our place on the cross and to rise again and to give us a gift of eternal life, a life that starts now and lasts forever. When we think of mercy, we need to think about it as while grace is the giving of a gift we don't deserve, mercy is the removal of the punishment that we do deserve. You with me? It's that forgiveness. It's that compassion to say, yes, you do deserve this punishment. Or maybe even more seriously, you do deserve, human beings, condemnation. However, because of what Jesus has done, that punishment, that condemnation has been removed. It's been lifted. And the psalmist here, as he's praying, as he's making his journey to Jerusalem in the Psalm of Ascent, he's lifting his eyes up to heaven. He's putting them where his bad and terrible circumstances are, and he's calling on the name of the Lord to be merciful, to take away the punishment, to take away the bad consequences, to take away the struggle and the enemies and those that are against him and his people. And friends, we are so blessed to have a God who is full of mercy. I think of the words in James, in which James writes that mercy triumphs over judgment. And that is so true of our God. He will always lean towards being merciful. It's part of who his character is. He will always be fair and just and right. But in his mercy, he can be all those things as well. And so, friends, let me encourage you. If you've never really thought about what this mercy is, it is such a gift. This forgiveness, this compassion, to remove the punishment that all of us deserve so that we can enjoy a life that we don't. Friends, have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.